Trash talk
no,
is
they were a lot
important.
of fun. I went to a bunch of them, and they were always fun to go to. Okay, so let's see. Can you join the public?
Yes.
Yeah, there's not enough players that I think anybody will interfere to us. I don't think we have to go through the invite process.
Okay. I don't know. I have Feldegriff.
That's me. Yeah, yeah.
That is
and,
you?
I can see it. Yep, yep. Veldegriff, Garfield, PhD. Yeah, you can see we've linked up here. So I actually hope the timer isn't too aggressive. I would have liked it should be fine. You can see here there's a map, and you're going to have 3 guys. And so what you're doing is you're dropping them in. I remember. It's a shot clock. It's the timer doesn't actually start until one of us finishes placing stuff. So we've got all the time we want. So you can see there's a 3-point room at the top, then a 2, then a 2, then a 2. They're connected by hallways. And so what you're going to do is you're going to drop your guys in those rooms in the hallways, and then our dudes will battle it out. So I'm dropping them in now, and then you should do that.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll do it like this. Okay, and hit ready. And you can see when I hit ready, your timer started. So I'll be cautious about that since you're learning the game. But here's the reveal. We can see where we dropped. Now, so you can see that in the lower room, you've got 2 nails and I've got 1 nail. Now, nails, you can hit Alt to see what they do, but they have 1 attack, which is very low. They've got 1 armor, so they in fact don't damage each other. So that's going to be a long fight.
Okay.
This actually might work to my favor because up top I've got some acolytes. They're medium units, but when somebody dies in the room, they get a buff for the battle. And you've got a possessed. So when we hit ready, the possessed is going to be a random unit. So let's hit ready.
Okay.
We'll go through and show us there. Okay. So now we watch the fight. Now the rules for the engagement are that if you're alone in a room, it takes you 2 or 3 turns to capture, depending on the room. And you can see that I managed to beat your guy here with a 2-on-1, and I captured that room. You managed to take care of my cultist who came down. I think that this is probably going to be a stalemate here. I don't think that I'm going to be able to break your 2 nails.
They're strong.
I love nails. They're good for holding rooms. So I think you'll be able to hold me here. What you have to do is knock out my 1 guy, then we'll call it a draw.
Is it getting faster? Wait, no.
Yeah, I turned up the speed.
Yeah.
Now, so now we go to the next skirmish. So I won 9-0, so that was incredible.
And a beatdown.
And unexpected. Now you're going to open up, you'll see a reinforcement screen, and here's where you choose what you want to buy. The shop is very simple. You've got 3 things available each time, and one of them's free. So if you want to lock in one of the more expensive ones because you can't afford it, then you can go ahead and do that. But
okay. And then you could use it later.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna lock down that guy. I like both of those. Okay. So
what's a mead hall do?
A mead hall enchants a room, and so that when you put dwarves there, they get +1 power.
Okay.
And when they go in there, so it's a temporary upgrade. You can only actually put it in a place you captured the previous round. So it won't be any use until you've captured an area. So now we're back to the deploy. You can see our map has grown a little bit, and you can look at the top. The top one, this one has gold, so you'll get an extra gold here for taking over the labyrinth. it's got a negative modifier. It's worth 3 victory points, and when a unit tries to leave the labyrinth, there's a 50% chance it stays. So it slows them down as well.
Okay.
So deploy where you want. And when you're ready, hit ready.
Oh, that would help.
So now we'll see where we went. So you can see here.
All right, you went hardcore to there.
I went all in on this because I want the extra gold. So that means you're probably going to sweep the rest of the map.
Okay.
There's an interesting sort of rock, paper, scissors type of game, because if you know I'm going to do this, that's actually the right play probably, unless you can beat me by overpowering me. But then if I knew you were going to do this, I would have put 1 unit there and contested some of the other areas.
Okay.
I could have gotten, so. Could you hold on a second?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I dominated that one, chat. Acolyte got lost in the labyrinth. Ooh.
So now I can afford something. Or do I want to stick with nails? I think I'm gonna save up. Okay.
So you lost 2 guys coming out of the labyrinth, and are they just gone? They're gone?
No.
Okay.
When there are some
units
that when they're destroyed, this is like most of the auto battlers where you compete your guys, and if they die, they come back. Now some of them have a special modification that if they die, they're gone for good. Those are more powerful, of course. And it is possible to also get things which buff your guys permanently. Like my acolytes only get temporary buffs, but there are things which give permanent buffs as well. Mm-hmm. So now you can see the map has gotten bigger, and you can see also this in the center. We've got a corridor here which is blacked out. That's because units do decay over time, and so now we've got 2 separate regions.
Okay.
Okay, so that can really change the deployment strategy. Now, this big room on the lower right is the 4-point room. It's a mine room. It has a 50% chance each turn of doing 4 points of damage, 5 points of damage to a unit there. So your guys can get pretty beat up going there. It's worth a lot.
It's worth a lot, though.
Yeah.
It's tough. I need some good RNG. You need some good RNG in there.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of RNG in games?
I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Me too.
I like. My favorite games are games where there's a lot of randomness, but skill will give you an advantage. So I love poker, for example.
Yeah.
But I don't mind actually games that are crazy and just fun to watch as well. I'm aiming for that area where there's a lot of randomness, but there's enough skill that you feel like you've got some agency as you go along. So you can see here I spread out this time, which is actually I think going to work against me, but I don't know. Up at the top in the labyrinth, that's really important for you. You've probably got that. I've got this room underneath probably. You're going to beat up my guy here, but he's a nail, so he might slow you down. So let's see how this works out. Cool. I can try this down. Okay, so you've got the gold room, which is good because you'll be able to afford more stuff. I've got some more victory points, which presses my advantage there. What is that you've got there? You got a toy maker.
Yeah,
is that right?
toy maker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a toy
okay, so
maker.
the toy maker spawns boom box would blow up in your unit. So yeah, he's a spawner. There's a lot of sort of clever things you can do with spawner. It can be quite useful. Okay, so let's speed this up because nails make for. They don't make for a slow game because you can speed it up, but you have to speed it up, otherwise it will be slow. Okay, so we can see we actually deadlocked in that room there. So.
All right, I get it. I'm picking up what's putting down here.
Okay, the game is to 80 points. The speed of the game accelerates as you go along because the map becomes bigger and bigger. Yeah, but you can also see we've got some more special units coming out now. So there's another special room spawned. Let's see what this is. This is the Boggin Temple. Our tooltips aren't working super great, but if you take over the Boggin Temple, you can get a smelly blessing, and that's a one-shot buff for your guys. There's the Menhir Passage. This is toxic, so that does damage to you every turn you're there. If either of us were playing elves, we'd probably have archers who like to hang out in the corridor and shoot into the other rooms, but we don't, so we don't have to worry too much about the pattern. Now, what my new special creature? Let's see what I can do with him. Okay, I am deployed.
All right, I think I like what I'm doing here.
Okay. So, let's see where we're going. Great.
Okay, you're all spread out.
I am spread out. I've got a advantage in victory points. So spreading out won't win battles usually, but will win victory points. But if you spread out, you've got a really good matchup for mine, because if your opponent's spreading out, you kind of want to spread out too, but get 2-on-1s where you can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Up at the top though, I've got a nasty trick though. I've got the Gibbering Malice. You've got the Toy Maker. So we both spent a premium unit up there. The Gibbering Malice is a wild unit. It attacks friends and foes. And so I put it up there and didn't put anybody else there because I just wanted to mess up whatever you put there. So it's very powerful, but attacks me as well. So
that one's
you setting. Yeah, you setting up one up there probably is not bad, even if it is your Toy Maker. Let's see how this plays out. So you ready?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it kind of? Is it different? How different is it working on like a video game versus a physical game, or do you kind of go into it with the same like gameplay mentality?
It's very different working on them. I do go in with a similar sort of philosophy, but the way I go about it is very different. Because with a paper game, I prototype a lot and experiment around a lot. With a digital game, you really have to do a lot more thinking up front. Since I think people are generally bad at figuring out how complex systems are going to work, I find the experimentation really useful. So you do experiment with the digital game, and in fact, we're kind of in this experimental stage now. We've wanted to get more people playing, so that we can start seeing what the strategies are, and what units are fun to play with, and what else we could do. I usually do a lot more experimentation by myself early in the project with paper games. So.
Is there a mechanic that? Oh my gosh, my microphone just fell off. That's incredible timing. Is there a mechanic like in Magic that you thought was easy that people ended up not understanding?
Oh yeah, for sure. And
I think that works out okay.
I'm not. Oh yeah, that was very close. Oh, um,
Everyone in chat saying banding.
yeah, no, banding was exactly my first example of one where I really thought it was pretty conceptually easy, but it just turned out to be very hard. Um, I don't know, there's a lot of mine rooms down on the bottom.
So yeah, this is an interesting layout. So these layouts are always random too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try this. Okay, I am done.
I need 1 second here. Okay, trying something a little bit different.
Yeah, one of the.
Wait.
It's a lot.
Oh, I forgot my possessed.
A lot of fun at this stage in a game coming up with new powers. Some of the ones that I've come up recently with. I've got a unit where if it's deployed to a room without any enemies in it, you capture it immediately. And that's really interesting to play with because your opponent, if they know that you've got that, they want to spread out more to try to catch them. And if you've got it, you don't want to take the big rooms because you know you're not going to capture those immediately, but more of the obscure rooms. Oh, and there's a lich. The lich spawns a soul jar and will keep on respawning unless you kill the soul jar. So you want to put the lich in a...
What do I have? I don't have a lich. That might be my possessed one.
No, we haven't. It's not in the game yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm talking about the stuff that... So I did something a little different this time. I put the gibbering malice down in the center here, and so I'm hoping to... It looks like you got some guys on the corridor. Okay, let's see how this goes. So everybody's deck is unique. Oh, you've got
a turret.
A turret. Yeah, he's ranged. He's got a 2 range. So let's see, where's he located?
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna play out well, actually.
Oh, you've got him. Yeah, you have to. Well, I've got my gibbering.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see.
He might do okay.
Oh no, it looks like I managed to take those other rooms. The turret combos well with your barracks because your barracks give +1 to a dwarf and it counts as a dwarf. So you drop the barracks in and you drop him in, and he's got a range of 2, and doing 2 damage is a big difference, especially when there's a bunch of nails floating around. You've got a very defensive game here.
All right, I gotta use my chat for some questions. They have been begging to ask me a few questions here.
Okay.
The first one that they want to know, the biggest one that everyone's talking about. There's a lot of Artifact fans in my chat. And they want to know what you think went wrong with Artifact. I'm sorry in advance for that one.
Oh no, that's fine. It's something I've thought a lot about. I think it was a community management problem. I think there was some degree, certainly, of developing the. If you develop a game too long in a closet, you can end up in a place that isn't ideal for the public. And so there should have been more collaboration with this. This ties into the community management stuff, where should have been more collaboration with the public about where to stick power levels of things and the costs. And so yeah, I think it's very difficult making a game with a different revenue model. And even if you have the best of intentions, there's a lot of things which can set people off as well. So and it doesn't help that that Valve is very much of the philosophy that the community should basically take care of themselves. They didn't want to mediate that at all. So our intent was to make not a free game, and the reason for that is because you need to make you need to make money on the games. And we hated this thing about the sort of design decisions which you're often pushed towards on games where they're free, where you've got to make this either make people grind or log in every day, things like that. So we wanted to make it so that there was a charge that wasn't exorbitant, but automatically once you make it not free, then you've got problems.
There's a different wall. There's a
and then the other thing was we wanted to make it so that you could that you could trade your debt, that you actually owned it. And because that's something in Magic which people really like, is the fact that that they can, that there's an economy for the cards, which was outside. And so we did a lot of like calculations for in Hearthstone. If you wanted to be a top level player, you'd have to end up spending way less than you did in
Artifact.
Something like a quarter of the amount. But we sort of got into a place where perceptually it was the worst of both worlds, because in Hearthstone you can play for free, which you couldn't in Artifact. And then so anyway.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's really a really good, insightful answer to that too, because it's a complicated thing, but like that's really
everything I've said isn't intended to disparage Valve. They are my partners, and they listened to me, which means that I am equally culpable in any bad. Anything that went bad with it, I was involved with. So I claim partial credit for its failure, certainly. Even if I don't think that that it stemmed from the game design.
You gotta take. If you want credit for the W's, you gotta take credit on the L's sometimes, right?
Yeah. That is true. Yeah. No, and in the end, I'm very happy with the design itself. So I wish that it had found a real audience, and that a bigger audience, and more of a life. But I'm happy with the experience working on the game, and I'm happy with the game that was there. So.
Man, I got smoked up top. I actually thought I was going to do good up top.
Well, this is certainly winding up. Next time I'll tell you, I'm going to do a demo. I'm going to make sure that we don't both have nails. This room is a really interesting one, which would have been more interesting that if it came up earlier. But this is the wee cairn. There's wee cairns, and then there's big cairns. And whoever controls it gets a permanent buff to their power and toughness. So they're often contested earlier. Now this is late enough in the game that this is probably not a big deal, but like if it had come up early, dropping a nail in there and getting a nail that actually has 2 or 3 attack is quite meaningful. Okay.
Okay. All right, I'm feeling okay without this.
Yeah, and
Yeah, the middle. Ooh.
Yeah, this game uses decks similar to Keyforge, where everybody's deck is unique. So nobody has ever played your mix of cards. It belongs to your account.
Oh.
So the intent there is that you learn what the strengths and weaknesses for your deck are, and what the weaknesses of your opponent are, and you try to exploit them. But like, yeah, not everybody has a toy maker, for example.
Can I trade units with people?
You cannot trade. You cannot build decks. You can trade decks with people. Eventually, you should be able to trade decks with people. Right now, you can't. They're locked to your account.
Okay, that's really cool.
So, I, by the way, put a barracks up here, so it buffed all my nails, so they're a little bit tougher.
Okay, that worked out up top.
Probably intended for some of my.
Ow. Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. That first 9-0's really set me back, you know?
Yeah, no, you've been leveled that out a lot. That was 14 to 14, and I think we're heading to the last room.
Yeah.
Likely that I'll be able to squeeze 4 more points out of this. You can see the map gets quite large and sprawly, and it's different every time. And this
like that,
5-point room up top is got the red border. That's you can't deploy there. So if you want to take that, you have to deploy nearby and hope to go there.
Okay.
Which, you know, your guys wander randomly, so that may or may not happen. Although you can make decisions, which makes it more or less likely to happen.
Okay. Assume that our first game, so I'm not reading what his cards. No, I mean, this is my first game, but I know what my cards do right now. I know the ones I have. I'm reading the ones I've had. Sorry, I was.
No, if your audience has any questions about my cards, I can certainly answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Chat definitely has a bajillion, not questions about this, but just like general questions for you. It's been pretty fun. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks because we've been trying to make it happen. So it's been. We've gathered a lot. All right, I gotta go back to a Magic question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to distract this. But like, when did you realize that like the Moxes and the Black Lotus were just incredibly way too powerful and you could never print those again? Like, was the game out or was that before the game came out? I have to know that. As someone that was around during that time, like when did that happen?
Well, that's a great question, and we did know before the game was printed.
Okay.
But what we did was I expected the game to be something where people purchase between 1 and say 4 decks, and so we calculated the maximum number of these things floating around a community of 8 to 10 people, and it wasn't big enough to really worry about. Oh wow! You caught up.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! We were 1 point away, chat.
That is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I never am good enough at my own games. So I can't believe I lost my my advantage. So yeah, we knew that they wouldn't you know, that you could make broken decks with them. But the thing was, we also knew that you could make broken decks with, you know, lightning bolts. If you put 20 lightning bolts in a deck with 20 mountains, you had a game that was dull to play and pretty strong. And so we expected the community to decide what was fun to play, and so people would make lightning bolt decks, and they'd have some fun with it, but then they'd go on to something else. And that process we thought was fun for the players. It was fun for the play testers. Mm-hmm. When the game first came out, it is really quite surprising how long it took people to catch on to how good those cards were. So, for example, there was in the first year there was a draft which was done in New York, so it was in the winter. And I remember it was not a booster draft. It was a I don't know, what do they call them?
Seal deck, or like, yeah.
No, it was a draft. You open up all the cards. Yeah, but you take turns picking. It was like a fantasy football.
Yeah.
And there was a Black Lotus that sat on the table for the entire time. And the reason is because players at that time thought they'd rather have a land, because a land gives you mana permanently. A Black Lotus gives you mana once. And so for long-term thinking, it seemed like that was a better deal. And in fact, one of the moderators, I remember when they said, it was like one of the people running the game from R&D said, "I can't believe that Lotus sat there so long." And the person helping run the game said, "Yeah, I know, I love Lotus. First turn 1, 3 walls of wood, bam, bam, bam." Right? It is a complete lack of understanding of how good those cards were. And the thing is that if we print, there are some things I would change with the original way Magic was made. I would have cleaned up the rules for sure. I would have removed a lot of the cards with micro font, like Raging River just did not pay for itself. But I would not have changed Lotus or Mox or Ancestral Recalls or any of those other cards. And the reason is because I think it just would have been less fun for the people playing in those days. I mean, if the players didn't recognize how good those cards were, will it make the game better for them if they were sort of mana accurate?
Yeah.
And the answer is clearly no. They would have moved from something which they were kind of curious about to something that was utter garbage for them. And so the game is much, much more playable if you tune it to the actual audience rather than. And so yeah, and this ties back to Artifact. We played it for 2 years, and it wasn't tuned for the actual audience. Now, there's a question as to whether we could have tuned it for the actual audience behind the wall, but one of the problems of the game was that it wasn't tuned as much for the broad release, and so yeah, so. I think that answers the question.
Oh, yeah, it does. You want to play? We're getting another game in, right?
Sure.
You can't beat me by one and then go away. We got to get at least one more in here.
Okay, well, let me play a different deck.
I think.
Oh, I got an achievement, nail biter, 1 by 1 point.
Same. Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay. So I'm going to change my squad. Let's get some elves in there.
Do you have a particular favorite card from those early days?
There we go. My favorite card was from Arabian Nights, and it's Scheherazade. And the reason I like it is because it's relentlessly meta. With Scheherazade, you play a sub game. It fits well with it's completely unusable as far as ornaments and such would be concerned, because it just takes too long. It's too crazy. But you play a sub game, and whoever wins the sub game gets a bonus in the over game. And let's see.
I'm getting bots.
Okay, let's try this. Okay. So you can see now I've got a ranger, which has ranged fire. So I put him in the hall, so he'll be able to help against the possessed there. So let's see how that works.
Oh, I'm not against you right now. You're not. You're playing someone else.
Oh, am I playing a bot? Or, oh, I see.
No, I think there's people. There's people sniping us now. They want to play against you. That's what's happening. My chat's in here trying to snipe you and play against you.
Okay. Well, I will quit this game.
Oh, get wrecked. Get wrecked, chat.
Okay. Yeah, I should have done a private game, I guess. Okay, so I'm connecting now.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
So
I got you this time.
Good job.
Well. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so I can get recruit new squads. Okay.
Yeah.
And they all have their own elos. So like your elos on your deck, right?
Yeah, the elo is the deck, not the player. So you can see I'm playing with one that you begin at 1,000. So this deck has not fared particularly well, and I just beat your other deck, which is why it's 984.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can play the same deck now that you know how to play it, or you can switch decks.
No, we're definitely going to switch.
Unlock decks, deck slots by playing against the AI, but they're supposed to be, super easy just to get you familiar with it. So you can get up to 4 decks at this point, and then replace them like once a day. You get a replacement. Okay. So.
Okay.
Okay. So. I have deployed.
I also have deployed.
Okay. So let's see how this looks. Okay. So you've got a hammer.
Each have a hammer
in this bottom room. So you'll get that, and I will get the one above it. Oh no, because you've got a possessed there, so we're going to fight. But you'll see 2 archers in the corridor, so they'll be firing in. So I probably will kill the possessed. Your possessed over on the top will get that 3.
The archer. Okay, so the archers have a 1-room range.
Yeah. So they're right. They're like your artillery before, except they only have a 1-room range.
Ooh.
Okay, so wasn't particularly interesting, but shows how it's going to develop, maybe.
Arena in Zone 9 ability. Its abilities have a 20%.
Oh, sorry, I hit ready, so.
No, you're fine.
Pressed
oh no, you're absolutely fine. I'm getting it now, man. I'm with it now. Oh no, okay. I'm with it. I was just reading what some of the new stuff did. Okay.
Okay.
I like the different levels.
Okay. Oh, well, let's see if this works. So you can see I put my rangers in the hall again, so they don't have any targets, which means they're going to either go up and help my guys up top or move down. If they split up, that could be bad news for me because your 2 possessed will beat them up. But if they stay together, they could probably handle your possessed because they're going to be a room over. Up top, I've got this Spitting Cobra is my new guy. He's got a range and poisons targets. I don't think he'll be able to take out your hammer in time. That was probably a mistake on my part. But he'll poison the hammer. Yeah, I think this is your deployment. You're going to win this one.
Feeling good about this.
Mistake too.
You can always blame it on just going.
Wow.
Oh,
I see. You know what happened was
The ranger came over.
My poisoner wasn't fast enough, but both my archers decided to go
Yeah.
up and help out. It was still your deployment, but I ended up with that forward, which I did not expect.
Yeah, I was banking on that one.
Hmm. Yeah, one of my high points in this game was when I was being beaten up by somebody with rangers, and they were hanging out in the hallway and shooting in and getting a big advantage. And then I managed to send a squad into the corridor and sort of predict which corridors they were going to be in. Because if somebody joins them in the corridor, it's usually game over for the archers. Okay, the Elgin Library is a new one. It's only worth 1 point, but it goes up by 2 every time you consecutively capture it. So it's sort of an investment. Okay, let's try that.
Okay. I was banking on you going back to that corridor, actually.
Yeah, no, it's a good play. You'll get that 4. You might get that 1, 3. I went full south because I wanted to try to take the Elgin Library.
All right. What did my possess turn into here? Oh, hammers.
And you can see they're poisoned because I've got my poisoner out there. So
the poison does work.
Yeah, it does. But you crushed me on victory, but I did get the Elgin. So let's see if that works out for me.
So if you get it again the next time, you're talking about 3 points, then 5 points.
It's worth 3 for me now and 1 for you, which should be represented on your screen. So below it is
like clutch too, isn't it? Like that it spawned there for you.
Well, down here is this is a bear. It can work either way. The bear will attack randomly. It's a wild unit, but whoever captures this room, it'll deploy for them on the following turn. So it's pretty nice. Okay, let's see if this works.
Okay, I think I'm gambling a little bit on this one. Oh, well, we both are
so
gambling.
This that 1 possessed to the top is your clutch move, because this.
Yeah.
You're going to get so many points from that. I should have guessed because and distributed. But anyway, I went all in down here. You did perfect, which is to go as much as you can down there, but not concede everything else.
Oh, the bear helped me out. You know what? I am GrandPooBear, so it figured he would help me.
Okay, the bear is down, but he did help you. My poisoner helped me take the Elgin Library again, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I got that again. So we'll see if that works out for me.
Your 1 moved out there, though, so that's good. Oh.
Oh, this looks... okay, so it's a little closer.
You know what? This is reminding me of when I was 14 and I went to nationals, and I was beaten up on the adults there at nationals a long time ago. So
okay, I think I can't take. I'm being offered a mead hall. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've got enough dwarves to really justify that. So you can see now, oh, the Elgin Library's gone. It's like I invest so much energy into it. That was my big payoff, was gonna you win is worth 5 for me and 1 for you, and then 7 for me. Okay, well, change gears. What do we got? You've got the bear. Now that didn't work out so well for you either,
No,
because
because
now
I
you've got
stuck.
the bear, which is going to be a steady income of 2, because I'm not going to. Well,
You shouldn't
maybe
tell me that, regardless.
yeah, I'm going to go down there. You better invest a lot there in controlling it.
Yep.
That's. Okay. Let's see if I can turn this ship around.
Feeling pretty good about this moment.
Okay.
How many games have you scrapped in your life because you'd like game ideas and you're like, oh, that's just not fun?
Oh, I'd say for every published game, I've got 10 full games which I've scrapped, and probably 100 game starts that I've scrapped.
Oh wow!
So and I'm not disappointed with that. Oh shoot!
Get over
I'm
there!
disappointed with this though. This is
I was
ridiculous.
about to say, get over there too. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh.
Man! Oh. You know, Richard, I am also making a game, Richard, so it might just be that must be it, you know, like I am. It's my first though, you know, so I've only made one. And it has no math involved in it at all. I took that high magus right there, I think really did work for me.
Oh, the high magus is outstanding unit.
There
might be too powerful.
Yeah, there may have been someone in chat. You might possibly know them, encouraging me to lock him in too.
Okay, let's see if I can turn this around. Although I think I'm now doomed.
Suddenly the bear is good again, I know. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, the thing about starts on games, I enjoy making games as one shots. You know, where you don't expect it necessarily to be what you're looking for, but you learn something, and it's always a fun evening to play around with a design that ends up being a failed design anyway.
Do you have buddies come over to your house to be like, hey, Richard, what new thing you got for me?
Oh, certainly back in the day I did. Recently I've got after the pandemic was sequestered a lot, so I've been doing most of my gaming on Tabletop Simulator. Still trying to get my game groups back together.
Man, do I feel that, dude. I've got a lot of unopened board games right now. Oh, bear. Let's go, bear. I think this battle's gonna work out for me.
This is
I think
there's a
I got a
card I'd like called Bounty. I don't know if it's in this deck, but bounty, you can put it on any unit, including your opponents, and they have taunt. And so that's what I want to stick on your High Magus.
I'm very into this right now. Okay, wait, what's champion do again? Or taunts in it? Oh,
Champion
okay.
is a taunter.
Oh, okay. I get this. Why? I got it. I really have the advantage being up because you can just kind of just pick off stuff. It is cool. Do you have a Do you have a favorite board game or something that you didn't make right now? A non-Richard Garfield game that's your favorite? Let's see this.
I don't like how my Theory Crafter. My Theory Crafter is actually the unit I've been looking forward to trying. This one is I gain an extra victory point when I capture a unit, so I was kind of hoping you would abandon these little dinky areas to get me, because I'd be able to get more victory points with them. But most of the time, I play a lot of my own game design when I'm testing them.
Mm-hmm.
But once they're published, I actually often don't, because I learn more from other people's designs, and also if I see something I don't like in my own design, I get frustrated. No, that wasn't too bad. I'm afraid not too bad is not going to catch me up though. But currently I've got some young kids, and we just played Zombie Kids, KIDZ, and it was a really well done, simple legacy co-op game. So anybody who has kids, I recommend taking a look at that. And then
Zombie Kids?
Yeah, Zombie Kids.
I got a kid. This is...
Okay. How old is your kid?
6 years old.
Yeah, that's a good age for it.
Oh yeah, he would like this. We play. He loves board games already. We play Robot Quest Arena is our current game. I don't know if you've ever heard of that one, but it's definitely our current game of choice. But it's a deck builder game as well. Yeah, the hard part's you gotta sweep every time right now.
Yeah, no, I'm doomed. This is in Magic I will be scooping. So the room in the lower right is interesting. It's a torture chamber. Any units eliminated there have a cooldown, which means they can't be deployed next time.
Ooh.
So,
so that one's huge. Yeah, so that one's huge then. And you have the 2 rangers right there in the hallway.
Yeah.
Help me out, Bear. Help me out.
Notice I didn't talk about it until
yeah.
It was too late to change your deployment.
Richard's
get a little bit of
dignity
out of this. Yeah.
All right, speaking of meta, I'm sorry to go back to Magic Cushions, but like, do you have a favorite era or meta of Magic? I can give you mine if that helps.
Sure.
I definitely the beginning of Urza's Saga to the end of Urza's Saga era, when that was in, like, I guess they call it standard now, but when that was type 2, I thought that was the most the most fun meta for me personally that I experienced. I thought it was a fast kind of combo game, but had control decks. There was just a lot of different variety in there for me. And when it got back to like creature kind of slowdown things, it like dragged for me. Like
wasn't that a totally broken environment though? Like wasn't that like a high point for banning cards?
Oh, so many cards were banned. I mean, they were. I mean, you know. Oh God! I mean, just in standard, there were so many cards banned. Eight or nine cards, I think, were banned in just in the Urza Saga block alone in standard. And then, like, when you get to limited, like, I mean, Yawgmoth's Bargain was banned. You know, that was such a
there was a lot of exciting cards.
I
I'm
loved
afraid
it.
that whole era is it's hard for me to see it levelly though, because there were so many bannings. It was causing such problems, and some of them, you know, some of the cards. There's a certain degree of banning which I expect. Back in the day, we were talking about how to measure how good our developers were, and the first thing that was put forward was, if you know, the less banned cards, the better. And I was really worried with that as being the measure for how good our developers were, because it's not that hard to be super conservative in your development, and that would push people towards the super conservative development. And what I wanted was people to take chances, and so having a banned card or two does not bother me, but that was certainly over the top, and as they should have known. I as a player, I've always been, you know, I've delved into constructed from time to time, but I've spent most of my effort on drafts, usually often wacky drafts, like I like back drafts. But as a spectator, I really like the Necro Summer, the drama around that, where there was a lot of push to ban Necro, because that was Necropotent, because all the decks were these Necropotent decks.
Yeah.
But then we chose to ride it out, and the championships then had the Stasis deck come out of nowhere and win, and it's like there's this interesting thing. Now it could be that it would have been better for us to ban Necropotents, and maybe the environment's more interesting. I don't know, but that story was interesting, and it's one of the philosophical differences between that goes through a lot of my games, or games in general, I think, is, do you give your players the chance to solve problems and force them to solve the problems, or do you solve it as the designer? And this is a particularly slippery slope with digital games. People sort of expect, oh, my strategy didn't work, you've got to do this. And then the thing is, then once they begin to expect that, it means that anytime the game isn't playing how they want, they expect the designers to go in and tweak it. And you know, there's many games where they do go in and tweak it, but then you're sort of sidestepping some of the most exciting things, where players think of orthogonal ways to do stuff, and overcome problems with creative solutions, and discover new metas that they don't bother trying to look for, because it's, you know, the game's not playing the way they expect it to.
I love that. All right, we got to get a rubber match in here at least. We have to do one more.
Oh, okay.
If you have time, I don't want to take you.
Oh, it's hard for me to end on that. That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay, let's
I think I'm keeping that deck right there, you know.
Okay, I am matched against Captain Kraken, so I have to back out and try again.
They're trying to get you. They want to know for the plans for the future once it's hit 1.0. Are there already plans for drafted support in the future, for doing drafts on this in the future? Captain Kraken's right there with me too.
Yeah. I think I think if we want to get another game, because Captain Kraken is locked in there, we've got to invite. But I don't have you on my friends list, so.
I think you might be able to get in there now. Actually, I've not got Kraken anymore.
Oh.
I've got a bot right now.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay. So what was your question?
They want to know future plans for 1.0 in this game. Are there already drafted plans for future support?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of it is a lot of the roadmap is open because we don't know what's best for the game without getting some sort of community and what sort of so in particular I love the Keyforge decks where you own your own decks, but there's a lot of problems associated with them, and so we'd have to figure out how those are going to integrate with the way people play. But there's a lot of cards designed. They're going to begin distributing them, putting them out, and including a whole nother clan. Right now, there's only 3 clans, and I am hoping that we will see. I'm hoping that we'll see a steady supply of new units and clans. I love the world. I think. Oh, and also biomes. I just created a new biome. Like you can see as we've played our 2 games, that the map developed in a completely different way.
Yeah.
You've seen maybe, I don't know, probably 80% of the special things, which is what I aimed for. I wanted it to be something where you could learn everything by sight. But I've put together this whole new biome, which we hope to drop in so that you'll get, sometimes you'll be playing with the what I call the dank, which are a lot of flooded rooms. So let's see, how's this one going to work? I've got my rangers there in the center. Oh, that worked out kind of nicely.
Yeah, that did work out good for you. What did I get possessed with? Don't love this. Don't love this.
It looks like the
stalemate.
5 to 5. Yep.
Thought I might lose one right there. Chat's a big fan of the name Dank.
Yeah. This one is the biomes are the ruins and the deep ruins, and the placeholder names, which may or may not hold for the new biome, is Dank and Deep Dank. I do like the alliteration of Deep Dank. You can see here, the first few maps we had were very long because of the corridors. We've got actually no corridors here, which works against the Rangers to some extent. Yeah. Of course, the Rangers having a lot of places they can fire is not necessarily a good thing. The corridors help them focus their fire. Like if I put one in the middle, I can hit everywhere, but then I'm distributing my damage everywhere, which is not ideal for me.
Man, I find it so interesting that my favorite era of Magic is one of your least favorites. That's so, I don't know, that's so kind of...
Well, I sort of appreciate, the thing is that it was filled with a lot of exciting cards. That goes hand in hand with banning, right?
Yeah.
My perspective on it was, there's banning, we made a lot of mistakes, there's problems there, but I certainly understand the other side of that. There was a lot of really cool looking cards, and cards that were cool. It's just that it was very frustrating. It's like, we've got to ban this card, okay, and now we got to ban these. Now these are too bad, right?
Yeah.
It was like peeling back layers.
I remember Nationals, the year I went to Nationals, that I did best, but it was Tango Wire decks had become super meta right throughout there. So everything was just built around getting around Tango Wire after that. But everybody was playing Tango Wire. Every single deck in the top 8 had Tango Wire. It was like the card at that moment.
Yeah,
and that was yeah. That worked out for me. That worked out for me.
I thought that was going to be mine.
Good shot there. Good possess.
I really thought this was my deployment. Yeah, it's only 1 point difference though, so.
That's not
I'll
bad.
take it. Yeah. When I don't think you can do this when playing multiplayer, but when you play against the AI, one of the really interesting tools with this game is you can check the stats, which is to say you can rerun the same battle like 100 times and see
Oh.
statistically how it works. And this was so much fun. I've done that on several games, and it's so much fun to play with that I insisted that it be made available for players. Um, and it's very interesting because then sometimes you'll you'll suspect you got unlucky, and you can go back and check and see if you actually got unlucky or if that was an expected result or and how expected it was.
I really like that, actually. That's a really...
Yeah, I don't think
good
that's
addition.
available for multiplayer though. Okay.
Oh, it's hard because it's like I feel like I'm playing Track the Ranger right now, you know?
I've got a new toy. Well, after deployment, I'll show you what he is. Oh, you've got a flamer. Oh, I hope I take him out fast. This is where
Yeah, this is going to
the
be
Rangers
interesting.
do not do good because I got to get some lucky hits on him. I've got the creepy librarian here, and when she attacks, the person she attacks loses 1 health permanently.
Oh, I don't like that,
So
actually.
this is a permanent thing, so it can weaken now. Now, actually, she's really bad against possessed because possessed aren't permanent. They summon a new one every time, so she doesn't affect possessed guys, but she will affect your flamer. Your flamers has precious few hit points to to deal with.
Yeah, that's a little devastating right there on the flamer.
In fact, you might actually hope that the flamer goes down before she gets a chance to hit him.
I was just thinking that. Nope, never mind. That didn't happen.
Towards your flamer.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you've got one delicate flamer, but look at the work that flamer did.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh.
That ended up working out pretty decently for me overall.
Oh yeah, you swept the map. Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I think I'll deal with that, man. You know, I think I'll deal.
Okay, we'll see. That flamer. Oh, I really want to take this. I shouldn't, but I'm going to.
Flamer did work.
Okay.
Do you guys use that? Is that like an internal tool? You guys were like, this is cool. We should just give away, you know, we should give this to everybody. The replay it 100 times tool.
Yeah, it is. It is. There was some discussion as to whether you should, because you don't want people to feel like it's exposing the guts of the game, and you can imagine that if you see it and you see that your opponent got lucky, you feel bad about that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just think the payoff is so good, so high that it's worth it. And there's even some discussion of putting it into the game proper. Like, you can imagine giving people a couple, oh wow, we did exactly the same thing. That will not work well for me.
Yeah, I'm hoping your Rangers shoot down. That's my hope.
How delicate your flamer is, though. One shot.
Yeah, he's not gonna take. I'm hoping. Yeah, I knew I needed to protect him. I was like, I gotta protect the flamer here. As GrandPooBear, I have to get a bear. Like, I'm not gonna let that guy just sit on the map. You know,
I should have known that.
It's family.
That was where you're gonna go.
Yeah, it's family. You know what I mean? It's pretty. I kind of have to do it. So. I'm hoping these Rangers attack down, please.
Yeah, my.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Oh, you see, my creepy librarian is wasted because she was hitting your possessed. Yeah, she's totally bad there, because who cares if your flamer loses another hit point? He's one shot kill anyway.
There you go. My flamer's not in a good spot. So will he be like once he loses all those? That's it. He's gone.
You know, I don't know if he's permanent. If it caps at 1 or not. I know we talked about that, but I forget where it came down. So it's possible he'll be permanently eliminated, but it's also possible that we make your minimum 1.
Oh, I mean, we gotta try this. Ooh, I think I like what's going on here. Oh.
Oh. There, put your flamer there, and you can earn back your hit points. Okay, this room here is 8 victory points, but his thing is, it takes 3 beats to capture it, three turns to capture it rather than 2, which is the other ones. I didn't mention this, but that's true with the weak Karen. Also, it takes 3, so it's those are harder to capture.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, don't attack the flamer. Might be able to keep that. He's dead.
Yeah, very likely that flamer is going down. Unfortunately, that 8-point room, I don't have much chance in. Especially with your bear on the perimeter. I should have taken the bear for me. It would have been a moral victory.
Yeah, that's a personal thing, the bear.
Yeah.
The multi-attackers here right there are just extremely clutch. Ooh.
Oh, sit down, dwarf.
Please move. Okay, don't. Just hang out.
Yep, now my ranger is permanently buffed, which is nice. Oh, my creepy librarian's gonna get a hit on your...
Oh, thank gosh. Oh, man.
Oh, it's been a long time since I've had a victory. I think, oh! You got more points. I forgot. It's the 8. The 8's ever... Well, I did pretty good for not capturing the 8. Ooh.
You get something good?
Yeah.
I'm assuming first strike is similar as in Magic. Just gonna assume that,
when you attack, everybody attacks in a random order. But if you've got first strike, you'll go ahead of everybody, and if you've got last strike, you'll strike last. And I think both exist. Okay.
You guys, you guys are, your team in here is saying they've seen 40, 50 point deficits reclaimed in late rounds. So.
Oh yeah, you can come back
good,
a lot.
Yeah.
My
I think this is going to be an interesting deployment here.
I do have some difficulty maintaining a conversation and keeping a thread of a strategy, though.
Don't worry. It's literally my job. You know, it is what I have to do day in and day out.
So here you'll see something kind of interesting. I got it because I love this card so much, but I don't think it's going to be that useful this game. But you can see the scout drone, which I played. That allows my units to travel through this.
Oh.
Which can be key. I've had it for a while, but it wasn't worth putting it on that thing. I wanted to keep it for a surprise. I don't know if
that could be really clutch though, depending on how the board plays out. Yeah.
Also, look who's going to lose the bear. I think I got the bear.
See, I see this. Feeling a little degraded right now about my bear. I should have protected him a bit more.
And also, note, I've got a bear in that room too. That was what I took. Now, my bear is kind of an interesting one. If my bear survives the match, it gets a permanent +2/+2. So those guys can get really big. But he's right now, he's just a little cub. He's only 1 attack. So I'm hoping that I either wanted to put him into some place you weren't going to deploy, or put him with a big army, so maybe he'll survive.
I really love the way this one's playing out for me, honestly.
You got the 8-pointer again. I thought the 3 beats would work for me there. I put a lot of effort into that. Here's my creepy librarians doing something to earn me points rather than fruitlessly hitting your possessed. Hello?
Oh, I think you're gonna move into that area though. Okay. No, I actually don't like this. I'd actually rather not fight this one. I don't know if this is worth the 1 point here. It's worth it.
Yeah.
All right. What do I got? I feel like balancing these games is just very, very, very difficult. But I guess you know what, you have a lot of balancing in your career, so.
Balancing them is a challenge, but one of the bar what I'm hoping for is you don't necessarily try to balance so that everything's fair. You try to balance so everything is interesting, and then you adjust as it becomes necessary. Let's go here. Okay. Okay, so I've got another little trick. Let's see if this works.
Oh, I like that scout drone there.
A_Mo22 gifted a tier 1 sub
you
to
can see I've got this mark of
Mr.
chaos here. That's going to teleport one of your
They
guys
have given
into another
29
room.
gift subs in the channel.
Okay.
Which is good. Oh, that knight is a bastard. The knight has what, +7 attack on his first attack.
Yeah, so he's pretty beast. Oh, this bear. This might not be a good one for me, honestly.
Okay, Good. See, I teleported that guy, that hammer. I wish I had teleported the knight. He's gonna be one shot and stuff.
Oh, the bear. Oh, that librarian's.
Yeah, I need more meat on my side for sure, but the librarian is
I
doing good work.
I could see how a couple librarians would add up fast, though, you know? Streamer luck I'm getting here, chat.
I think you've got control of the speed this time, by the way. I've had it in the past.
Oh. Sorry, I've just been enjoying it.
Yeah, no, not.
Oh. All right, Richard.
I can't even afford anything.
And that one. You guys were put together by someone else. Your team was put together by someone else. It was like someone put you guys together. I'm hearing from who's TTD Mr. T in chat. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, he's one of the people who works for T.
Yeah.
What was the statement? We were put together. Oh, we were working on a project. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you guys got linked up by someone else, and then they make games, you make games.
Yep.
That's cool.
Okay.
Do you ever see yourself doing a physical game, or are you kind of focused more on digital games now?
Oh, I'm working on physical games as well. I would say most of my time is going to digital these days, but what
did I get?
There's one game called Final Titan, which should come out later this year or next year or something. Final Titan's really, if you like RNG in your games, Final Titan is your game. Oh, look at all that loot.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. No, that's what I wanted. That actually worked out good for me. I was going big money here. Big money. Ouch. Oh, that first strike is deadly. Oh, man. That first strike is so good.
okay.
Yeah, it's the first strike.
Oh, I finally won a hand by a mere 2 points, but that time I was doing what I should have done earlier, which was spreading out. There's this impulse in the game to group your units.
Yeah.
And it's I mean, it's really good if you group your units and you end up beating in key areas. But the thing is that if you spread out, you get all these victory points, and there's this, the impulse comes from I want to win my battles, but that goes against necessarily I want to win the victory points. And so then if you know that I'm spreading out and putting one in every area, you put two guys in a bunch of areas, and you'll clobber me. But
Yeah.
But as it is, I was so far behind and had enough material disadvantage that the 2 points was the best I could get together.
Yeah, it got to a point where I was like, once I had a decent advantage and that 8 was there, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold the 8. I was like, nothing else. Hold the 8.
The previous round.
Yeah.
Yeah, the previous round I went all in on the 8, and that was a mistake. I couldn't do that. So then the answer to that is, I'll try to take everything else.
Yeah.
I took a bunch, but yeah. But yeah. Rich. Okay. Congratulations.
I am going to brag about this pretty hard. I'm going to call my old card game shop, the Nexus in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and tell them what I just did. This is a very big deal for us, This is a very, very, very big deal for me. This is really cool. Outside of Magic, I also play the Star Wars trading card game. Magic, obviously, like, I'm literally inked with it for my whole life. It was I couldn't have gone to college without Magic the Gathering existing. Those Super Series wins are really big for me. I could not have paid for school without them. So it's like a really, really cool thing. So you, in a lot of ways, indirectly and kind of directly, like, really helped out my life, which is really, really cool. So this has been a big honor for me. When I saw this opportunity, I jumped at it really fast. So it's really cool for me. So I just want to thank you for, like, taking your time and showing us your game and answering all my silly questions here.
Wow, so it's fun, and it's good to hear that good things happen because of that Junior Super Series program. As I said, I really like that.
Yeah. It was huge.
That's always nice to hear.
Yeah, for me, I mean, like, it was huge once I found out, and I was so lucky. I was in a region where I was winning a lot of them, and it really made a huge thing for me. I got to go to nationals 3 years in a row because of it. I played in both, the junior and the adult nationals. I almost made top 8 in adults one time, so I had a really good time, and it was fun. It's a huge part of both my childhood, but my whole entire life, and now I've even been introducing my son to it now too. So it's fun for me, and just and get to see, like, all your other games that you've been doing. I don't know, it's just cool. It's been a really, really fun honor for me, So no, thank you so much for taking the time, man. Yeah. If you got anything you want to plug for my little audience here, feel free to go crazy.
No, thank you for indulging me with Vanguard. The only other thing to plug would be this Final Titans, in particular, if they're interested in sort of crazy RNG games. That one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta ask one more question though before we leave. As someone that, like, even I used to read the Magic the Gathering lore books and everything. I used to even had the books. What do you think of the current the current sets that are more focused on like Spider-Man and SpongeBob and Fallout and things like that? Is that do you like it, or do you kind of like eh?
I'm closer to the than like it.
Me too.
Although I probably don't hate it as much as one might expect. When I go into a store, I'm not typically interested in licensed products. Period. Now, there's some good games which are licensed. It's just a negative modifier for me.
Yeah.
But then I think the first. But it isn't that I'm really protective of the Magic flavor either, because I really liked Arabian Nights, for example.
Yeah.
And Arabian Nights was not, I mean, they've sort of bent over and made it incorporated into the Magic world, but really it was done as Arabian Nights. Like I wanted to pay homage to that mythology and enjoyed it, and I thought the flavor was really good. And so leaving the universe to promote, to do something like that is fun and can be flavorful. Yeah, but on balance, I don't like it. I would prefer to stick with the fantasy, but yeah.
Okay. Cool. I had to ask that one because that's like, the main Magic the Gathering topic now, so.
Yeah, I bet. It's quite in your face.
Very in your face, so. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't want to take any more of your time. I know you're a busy man. Your brain's working on games right now, I'm sure. So, but anytime you want to play, man, hit me up,
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for the opportunity. It was fun.
Hey, thank you. No, thank you for the opportunity. So, absolutely. All right. Cool. You have a good one, Richard.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Did I embarrass myself, chat?